when you have a hard time and willing to truly move into a new life and being finally tired of the old dumping system that is going into a nowhere land anyway. So the demarcation line has been set. Those who will rise into their ascension, authenticity, their knowledge, their intelligence, their vibrant living light vibrations will have a life like never dreamt before. And then there's those that will fall more. And so we have, with the axis turning, physicians know this very well. You know, the earth has been killed, has been run out of its original position or axis, and reason why, you know, that creeping duality we had to deal with for so many ages was embedded in our system. And so the axis is right like this, and now it's going to turn like this, and we as people need to rise that platform up again into the authenticity where the earth will be very stable, into the renewal mode of ecology, the waters, the sea. Spirit gave me the name topology, or um, topographics. Topographics deals with the elements in the waters, in the plateaus, the seas, the rivers, the land, the hills, the mountains, and recalculates all that, because everything is mathematics. You don't need to understand mathematics, but you can understand your own calculations, and there's no person out there who doesn't calculate their day. And that is even the worst thing, because calculations go on automatic. What we think is what we put out there, is what we receive back, you know. That is, you know, the best law you can ever address in the universal laws. And so that is very, very important. Deciding to change, deciding to go back into the origin is the transformation into light, because that is the origin into light, environment, light, embodiment. I've seen people struggling, like going to a psychologist, mentors, coaches. There's so many things out there, but there's none addressing the newness of the earth. So there's recycling on a never-ending spiral, and never getting out of that spiral, and claiming creative consciousness that comes with the creation out of the dumping platforms, which is 5 and 6 dimensional frequencies which we are living anyways, because the 6th dimension is where everything comes out in the world, is where the truth comes out of your mouth, is where the truth comes out of any platform. I don't have to name them anymore. The mask has been wild for millions of years, so the mask has been taken off, and with it comes your access back into the original portal points within your DNA construction. So streaming or re-encoding your DNA with your origin is a huge challenge. Not only a challenge, because with it comes new communication, with it comes your creative outlet, with it comes self-knowledge. So there's nothing more important than self-knowledge, knowing why you were planted on the earth right now, knowing what is being expected from you as an assignment, as a project, as assisting the earth and its people, and many other species, the animal kingdom, the flower kingdoms, the herbal kingdoms. That is all within the topography. Topography also deals with, let's say, if you're attracted to a certain place on the earth, that environment has elements connected to rivers, connected to the soil, and the soil and the rivers intersect with our body, because our body is 90% almost water. So that is why the Aquarian age, the water barrier, is so important. And we have been turning, or that came with birth anyways, the water content, the water barrier in the body, into the emotional content. The emotional body never existed before duality. So removing the emotional body and moving into the higher sensors. That is the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 higher senses. With it comes the opening of the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh eyes, just to name a few. And with it comes instant knowledge, instant communication. That is when your higher selves loads within the origin of creation. And thus coming here with the item which is very important, that is, if we go to digital media, everything has become so digital, so I would definitely encourage people to get back into contact and real contact and communication where people can touch you, where you can decipher the laughter, where you can feel the energies, because all the highest level essences in communication were killed for a certain purpose. They wanted to create IA, right? I don't want to go into that artificial intelligence. All I am teaching, all I'm giving you is moving out of artificial living, because that is a death penalty. That is not, contains no life, and we are a container of living light energies. So we're moving the artificial container and moving back in the container of light is all that matters actually in this age. And I do understand many had, very, very difficult experiences. Then again, applying these experiences and reconnecting with yourself, how you dealt with it, what came out of it, what you learned with it, that could already be a high level creator vibration in which you come into your passion. So it's all about communicating, addressing the self without fail, just, there's but one thing I would tell myself: there is no such a thing as failure. There's only experiences upon experiences, and the psychology of how to deal with those experiences. That matters. Once you know how that matters, and you can look into your two eyes every morning and talk to yourself and say, what is the change I'm going to bring today? What is already a process? How can I refine it? Where is it that I want to go with my life? I mean, I'm not talking about, having a great family, a spouse, children, a house, a car, and a job. That is too boring. That will never be satisfactory. Even if you become a millionaire or billionaire, if you don't have the inner millionaire in your brains and have, that drive that thrives on the renewal of your brain, and thus getting into the authenticity of brain waves, then nothing is literally going to happen. When you're in the creator waves with the transition from artificial life, and everybody's had that, regarding the fact we all have been eating artificial foods for most of the time. So due to whatever has been injected in those foods, and moving into light embodiment, getting into your passion and moving on with something, then you need to push yourself. You can have a mentor, you can have a coach, but push yourself in that direction. You choose for yourself. I never thought I would become a self-taught author, but I've been writing 3 or 4 books. Yeah, I'm writing the 4th book right now. Like, it's not like airy fairy stuff. There is material in it, and this is what I truly lived. It can truly assist you. It's a conversation between me and somebody in the UK, moving into ascension, not understanding anything technological, not understanding how light body is configured, and really drowning in the old magicianship. And that is so worse. And here you can have a big laughter. It's, it's very to the point. Nothing about the authentic conversation written on Messenger have been left out. So, of course, in the beginning, I was pretty scared. What am I doing? So I'm getting to the point, because, You know, at that time I was pretty angry. You didn't even understand a single thing. But today I understand. Many people don't understand how to move into it. Yet things have become so simple, so easy. Because why? Because we are all together moving straight into the new open doorways ever since this year. And that is the doorway into the quickening of our cellular construction into light parts and becoming light waves in a physical embodiment, and thus changing, bringing the alchemy to the skin, bringing the alchemy to your food, bringing the alchemy in your intelligence, and that comes with sacred geometry, that comes with languages of light, or in other words, the origin. So the celestial alchemy is available for those willing to put in a foundation. When it comes, you heal out like in no time. And you move out of the old dumping cycles of healing that go on for years and years and years. And reason why the results do not ever last is because you always get drawn back, pulled back, pulled back by the matrix. Remember the red and blue pill. Once you move out of the matrix into the crystalline fields, so this is the matrix, these are the fields, that cannot touch it ever. And so healing goes on and on and on, and at the end you don't have to heal anymore because your body is refined, your brain is refined, you see from the inside out, and then you get into passion of creation, your uttermost capabilities, your creativities. You start to write, you start to make movies, you start to construct new products for human health, for example, that are not in existence as of now. You create new stuff because you hear, you have crystalline grids in the ears, you hear inside out, you see the other side, and you communicate and work with them on a daily platform, like you have your office and the round table, white and the light realms, and you gather on the round table with the Knights of the First Order. You write down your information, you put that out. So how about that? That is quite a change. So I'm very surprised the businesses, even though they move into meditational platforms and stuff, are still winding and creeping on the old. Because in business, like, create a team. If you want a team, start with 3 or 5 people. Somebody is great at physiology, somebody is great at philosophy, somebody has a psychology for a new product. You are the marketeer, and another person that is really getting everything in the business together. What do? Every person accelerates and expands on their particular faculty of expertise. And when everybody's faculty of expertise is being expanded and you come together on a round table, you create magical creatures that go out in the world in no time. And this is really the time we step into it. So if you want to know how to get your own information, how to channel your own data, how to become unstoppable in creative measures, work with flowers, work with animals, work with new architecture. I don't know what your kind. Let me know what is your interest truly, but you never touched it. What would you like to do? And you know, maybe not knowing how to start it out, where to start, because eliminating laziness, eliminating the old issues, dramatic experiences, and all that. We all had to do it. There's no excuse for it. Just do it. Move very, very quickly into the universal embodiment, light embodiment, install it in your home, and so you squeeze out the matrix so they cannot touch you anymore, and you get so strong in mentality, strong in communication, strong in receiving your own information, your direction, that, I mean, you will want to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning and not go to bed until midnight, because you will have that energy. That is how I do it, and that is how I can teach it, and that is how everything changed me over the past 22 years. So I cut off all my family members, all the old friends, everybody. Once I cut them out, they don't come back. What we see on the internet is like people predicting the old astrological wheel. Well, we need to move all the way into the universal wheel. So all you get in astrological wheel is, hey, that force is going to return, and people listen to it massively. That is because they want it. You will listen to what you truly want, and that is how you can move into the observant information. Or either way, uh, yeah, break the deal with yourself today. Thrive and move in that unstoppable drive where you really have made that decision to change it around, to educate yourself, because it's the age of education. Without it, we can go no single highway, and everything is really changing at a rapid pace. So you can move with it, and with it changes your connections on every platform, your intelligence, and especially your passion. Because without passion, there is no creation. Without creation, there is no life. With no life, you just live until you die. But that is not living. That is being lived by the outer world. When you start to live from the inner world into the outside, then everything changes from you. So that is where the Taurus comes, you know, the opening up from the old chakra system into the pillars of light that keep on giving and giving and giving until you open and sprout out. You start opening the phoenix and start ascending, where you see all the light realms crystal clear. And even when connecting with topographics on the earth, that is where you can truly tap into your own creativity, become more creative than ever before, because it's part of you. If you've lost part of yourself, and most people did lost their brains and many parts, and many are turning their the intelligence within many people are turning backwards. We will see that as well due to the matrix. So move out of the matrix and move into the crystalline grids. That is just a different vision and perspectives, and then you can start polishing and polishing the glandular structure, the blood circulation, the water. You remove the emotional body, and then you move full-time spirit, and that is life changing. If you want the free webinar, how to move out the emotional body, moving into the alchemy, then hop on to that link below in the description box and teach yourself. Allow yourself to finally do something and act and do something beyond it, because there is where you get mentorship, sponsorship, coaching, like on an everyday level from every team in the universe. And that is becoming angelic yourself, becoming a light being and communicating with all living light beyond the communication of artificial communication that has no more life left. I hope this video helps you. Thank you so much for being with me, and please shoot me a comment. Let me know what you would like to move into, but still may have blockages, or are afraid to make that step. And that I would be very interesting to know. I may make a video about that if there's enough comments about where do you want to move, what is your point of interest, what is your passion. Still don't know how to do that. Thank you so much. I'm Charlotte Chi, here for the biggest change on the planet beyond the nonsense. Thank you.